The finals just headed to new update 7.8. I'll go over all the smaller details there with that, as well as what's happening with future patch notes. That even includes some things with the parent company and what's going on there. Additionally, we do have some stuff with developer updates, and a ton of community mentionables, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, World Dystopia here, back with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, so first up here, yes, we had update 7.8, and this update does actually come from Dusty. She goes on to say here that it is sponsored by Via, with the Risk Reward Tour coming back. This time though, the stakes are smarter. Throughout the event, contestants will earn varying amounts of cash for eliminations based on the weapon, gadget, or attack that has been used. So of course they do mention that it might be time to rethink your loadout and even strategies there with that. So a pretty cool one there with the World Tour. They did also drop a sponsor video with it. Next up, they also did mention the store update, and yes, we did get a brand new shop refresh. That includes the Black and White Man.Tomb New Loom and the Man.Tomb Ultimum. If you prefer the Flash, Feathers, and Firepower, you can get the Aviatrix Prime Load, which is a dual pistol set. There's also two more sets here, the Mobile Monarch set, and I do believe this one might not be named correctly, but it is Skin Marble 01B, although that could tie into some of the CNS theming. Last up here is something actually really cool. Now this might have already happened depending on when you're watching this video, and I'll do a full breakdown later or in tomorrow's video, but they say here they're waiting on news from the Grand Major 2025, and the time has finally come to unveil all that stuff at 9 AM Central Time, 10 AM Eastern Time, or 7 AM Pacific. They are going to reveal the full competitive format, including a breakdown video, detailed blog, and a complete rulebook. Again, I'm going to have a separate video on this, breaking this down entirely. I'll go over each and everything with the Majors 2025, so do be sure to look out for that video. Pretty much, I'll probably have it just dedicated to the Majors and all the details there. I do actually have a video that kind of goes over some speculation, my last one. If you want to watch that one after it goes live, kind of see how accurate I was with some of those predictions, you could do that as well. Now, the Discord announcement is the exact same as the patch notes, so no changes there. We'll include a link to it if you do want to check it out though. However, there was one other update here from Oscar. This one happened a few days ago though. I did mention there was an issue affecting the gamepad and controller users on PC. Right now they do have a workaround solution. It seems like they haven't been able to fix this one just yet. Or on Steam, you can go to your library, right click the finals, go to properties, and then controller, and override the finals and set it to the disable Steam input. You can see me do that here where I go through these options and then select the disable Steam input, and that should fix the controller issues for right now. Now, some of you in the Discord have been asking what is going on with the cadence with the updates. They've always mentioned that every 3 updates are the big updates, where this one is just client-side. There's nothing to download with this one. It's just a shop refresh and a world tour change. However, there's actually a reason for that. Typically, this probably would have been fixed, or at least this last issue with the gamepad controllers. They probably would have done a few of the other fixes there, which might have actually had been a hotfix or a download to the client. Dusty actually does give some additional context here, saying that everyone is coming back from summer holiday and the office is feeling full again. This just happened recently. In fact, they just mentioned this today. If you didn't know, Sweden and other locations outside of the US actually do require that they take vacation days. In fact, some of them are as long as 3 to 4 weeks, and that is literally required by their government, so there isn't any way around that. They literally have to take the vacation. Although that is nice for them, I'm glad they do get that, and I do wish they had that sort of thing in the US. Although to stay away from politics there, that's essentially why these updates have been a little bit smaller overall. But things should definitely come back in the flow of things now that everybody is starting to get back into the office. So they have been coming back from that few-week holiday. She also does mention an additional context here with it, saying they only do client updates every 3 weeks for the team health. And in the summer months, speeding up that is quite hard to do as well, especially because, yeah, they're missing most of their team, or they were. They do know it is an issue with the gamepad controller right now, but they have been looking into it, and a fix should be on the way sometime soon. Again, it could even come this soon as Friday. I have seen them deploy hotfixes on a weekend or near the weekend, depending on how serious it is, although more than likely it might just come with 7.9. I might be asking, one of the mentions I had in the intro was about the parent company. What's going on with that? Well, if you didn't know, Embark's parent company or publisher is actually Nexon. We've had a ton of cool information come out of Nexon from their quarterly earnings, and well, it is around that time again. It hasn't happened just yet. Their second quarter earnings happens on August 13th. So when that does drop, all the intel we get from that I will deploy to you guys. Last time around, we got some stuff with the majors in that one, I believe, and even the 2027 new client, which is specifically for China. Players were trying to figure out how long is the finals going to be around for. Well, we had that date 2027 at least, and that was going to push it even further because they're bringing a brand new client to China. So Nexon was still backing them and still giving them some funding there. So yeah, a ton of cool information might come out of this quarterly earnings, so do watch out for that one. Again, they do have a little small write-up here saying that they do have their quarter that ended, which was the second quarter from June 30th to August 13th, and they will be hosting an earnings call around 4 a.m. EDT. You don't have to listen to the exact earnings call, it usually is audio only, but they will give some presentation slides after that, and I will show those off to you guys. So at least we do have some visuals to go off of as well. Although again, and just to preface there, it isn't for sure 100% confirmed that we will get new intel in there, but it usually is a telltale sign for the future. Speaking of the future, we had a dev mention here. This was actually posted to the subreddit before I was able to find it. Someone asked here that they wanted to see if there was going to be a finals mini-series, potentially on Netflix. Some people have even asked for a secret level episode. We just had an Embark developer here give eyes into a reply to this. This dev doesn't talk a whole lot, so it was surprising to some that someone came out and kind of mentioned it, or at least added a reply here. Again, that one could be a nothing burger as well, but kind of cool. Would definitely like to see a mini-series or even a secret level episode. Some behind-the-scenes stuff could be cool too as well. I know a lot of people really want them to continue that, as they had a few back in the day. Moving on here, and speaking of community mentionables though, we actually did have Moist Critical put out a finals video on his gaming channel. People were pretty hyped about that and excited about that a big creator was actually covering the finals again. But yeah, he does have a finals video out there on his other channel. Pretty cool there to see, and again, any promo does help, of course. We had one other last mention here with the community. This one is from Hyperbase140 on the subreddit, or as I've known them on Discord, it's Wampy. They did actually DM me this to check it out, and they are currently 3D modeling a max viewing helmet for a cosplay they're doing. Think that's super cool. As I've mentioned myself already, I've delved into some of the cosplay stuff, and I also do have a 3D printer, so I printed a few things. This could be really, really cool to see, and I can't wait to see once they do finalize that. But they did start in Blender, and they have been modeling that, so pretty cool overall. Now this one is a super late last mention. It actually did surprisingly happen while recording this audio, but yes, Oscar is live streaming at 10 a.m. And again, of course, they're probably going to be unveiling all that info during that dev live stream for the majors. Again, kind of put 2 and 2 together there, but yeah, it is happening. Of course, as always with the last minute mentionables, we do have those features from the Star Models page. First up here is one from Axos. He's calling this one Luke Groundcrawler. Although, of course, it is basically Luke Skywalker. Pretty cool there, though. It is in his trooper uniform, or at least when he was a trooper, playing as one when he had to kind of infiltrate. Next up here, we have one from Guapo Macarel. Hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly. They said they were new to Discord, kind of cool there, and they made a post here showing off a super unique outfit. Love the cowboy style here, almost kind of like steampunk. Yeah, really rocking with that one. Last up here, but not least, we had one from Gamer Turtle. This one, again, super cool. The colors look awesome and rocking the Alpha Acta, giving off, again, almost like some cyberpunk Tarkov vibes. Some really cool features there. Overall, if you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe, and until the next one, deuce.